Pisces, I've been getting flooded with messages about this exact energy. And listen, 73% of you are experiencing this massive shift right now, and it's not what you think. Everyone's telling you menopause is an ending, but I just pulled the death card for you, and oh my God, this is about the most powerful transformation of your entire life. Wait. Before you panic about death showing up, let me tell you what happened to my client Sarah last week. She's a Pisces, going through menopause, crying every day, thinking she's losing herself. I pulled this exact same card, and within 14 days, she launched her dream business, started dating again, and told me she's never felt more alive. The comments are already going crazy because you all feel this energy too. Here's what's happening. Everyone thinks menopause steals your power, but actually it's unleashing your psychic abilities like never before. Your intuition is about to become supernatural, and I'm going to show you exactly how to harness this over the next 12 minutes. But first, drop a wave emoji if you're feeling this shift in your bones right now. Okay, Pisces, I need you to really focus because what I'm about to share is going to change everything. The death card isn't showing up to scare you, it's showing up because you're literally being reborn. This isn't just about your physical body changing, this is about your soul finally breaking free from decades of conditioning. Look at this card. Do you see how the sun is rising in the background? That's your new dawn, Pisces. The death card represents the complete transformation of your identity. All those years you spent being everyone else's emotional caretaker, absorbing everyone's problems because you're so naturally psychic and empathetic. That version of you is dying, and thank God for that. Your hormones changing? That's just the physical manifestation of your spiritual awakening. Every hot flash is literally your Kundalini energy rising. Every mood swing is your soul demanding authenticity. Every sleepless night is spirit trying to communicate with you when the world is finally quiet. I'm getting chills just talking about this because the universe is literally restructuring your entire energetic system. You know how Pisces are natural healers and psychics? Well, honey, menopause is like getting a major software upgrade to your intuitive abilities. You're about to become the most powerful version of yourself you've ever been. The death card is telling you to stop mourning who you used to be and start celebrating who you're becoming. That younger version of you who gave her power away to everyone else? She served her purpose, but her time is over. The woman emerging from this transformation is going to be unstoppable. And here's the kicker. I keep seeing water imagery around you, which makes perfect sense because you're Pisces. But this isn't just any water. This is the primordial waters of creation. You're literally being birthed again, Pisces. This is why you might feel like you're drowning sometimes. You're in the cosmic womb preparing for your rebirth. Drop a fire emoji if you're feeling this death card energy, because I have more cards to show you and they're about to blow your mind. Okay, the next card that jumped out is the Eight of Swords. And I know what you're thinking. Swords for menopause? But listen to me, Pisces. This card is everything right now. Look at this woman. She's blindfolded, surrounded by swords. But here's what everyone misses. The swords aren't trapping her. They're protecting her sacred space while she transforms. This is your cocoon phase, Pisces. You might feel trapped, confused, like you don't know who you are anymore. But those swords, they're your boundaries finally forming. For the first time in your life, you're learning to say no. You're learning that you don't have to absorb everyone else's emotional chaos. The blindfold isn't about being lost. It's about turning inward. Your external vision is temporarily blocked because you need to develop your inner sight. This is why you might feel disconnected from the outside world right now. You're not meant to be looking outward. You're meant to be diving deep into your own psychic depths. I had a Pisces client tell me last month that she felt like she was losing her mind during menopause. She couldn't make decisions, felt overwhelmed by everything. But when I showed her the Eight of Swords, she realized she wasn't losing her mind. She was finally finding her soul. She was finally learning to trust her intuition over everyone else's opinions. The ground beneath the woman in this card is wet. That's your Pisces water energy. Even in this seemingly trapped state, you're still connected to your emotional and psychic source. The water is telling you that your intuition is still flowing, even when your logical mind feels confused. And notice her posture. She's standing tall, even though she's blindfolded. That's your strength, Pisces. Even when you feel lost, even when you feel like you don't know which way to go, you're still standing in your power. Your soul knows exactly what it's doing, even when your mind doesn't understand. This Eight of Swords is saying that what feels like limitation is actually liberation. All those years you were so open to everyone else's energy, so available to everyone else's needs, that was the real prison. These swords are creating sacred space around you, so you can finally hear your own voice. Comment, swords, if you've been feeling this protective energy building around you lately. The third card is absolutely stunning, and it's the Queen of Wands. Now this is where things get really interesting because wands represent fire energy and your water, but this is your menopause magic, Pisces. You're literally developing your opposite element and becoming a complete energetic powerhouse. Look at this queen. She's sitting on her throne holding a sunflower with a black cat at her feet. That sunflower represents your new confidence, your new self-assurance. After decades of being the gentle, accommodating Pisces, you're developing this fierce, fiery leadership energy. The black cat? That's your intuition becoming practical. You're not just psychic anymore, Pisces. You're becoming a psychic businesswoman. You're learning to monetize your gifts, to use your intuition to create abundance in your life. This queen doesn't just have visions, she makes them reality.
I'm getting goosebumps because I keep seeing so many Pisces women starting businesses during menopause, starting art careers, becoming healers, finally writing those books they've been dreaming about. The Queen of Wands is your inner CEO finally waking up. This card is telling you that your sensitivity is becoming your strength. All those years you thought being emotional was a weakness, the Queen of Wands is saying, hell no. Your emotional intelligence is your greatest business asset. Your ability to read people, to understand what they need before they even know it themselves. That's pure gold. And that throne she's sitting on, it's carved with lions. Lions represent courage. And honey, you're about to become the most courageous version of yourself. All those things you were too scared to do, too worried about what people would think. The Queen of Wands doesn't care about other people's opinions. She knows her worth.
The sunflower in her hand is always turning toward the light, just like you're learning to turn toward your own inner light instead of reflecting everyone else's energy. You're becoming a sun instead of a moon, Pisces. You're generating your own light instead of just reflecting what others give you. I keep seeing creative projects around this card. Are you feeling called to paint, to write, to create something beautiful? The Queen of Wands is your artistic fire finally igniting. Menopause isn't killing your creativity, it's setting it on fire. Type Queen. If you're feeling this fierce creative energy starting to build, now the fourth card is making me emotional, and it's the Four of Cups. I know this might seem like a strange card for empowerment, but Pisces, this is about your sacred discontent. This is about finally admitting that you're not satisfied with settling for less than you deserve.
Look at this figure, and they're sitting under a tree, looking at 3 cups in front of them, but there's a 4th cup being offered from the clouds that they're not even seeing. That's been your life, Pisces. You've been so focused on what everyone else needs from you that you haven't noticed what the universe is trying to give you. This 4 of Cups represents your spiritual awakening during menopause. You're finally getting bored with being everyone else's emotional support system. You're finally getting tired of giving your energy away to people who don't appreciate it. And thank God for that boredom, because it's what's going to save you. The tree in this card represents your root system, your foundation. Even though you might feel disconnected or dissatisfied, you're still deeply rooted in your spiritual truth. Your soul is solid even when your emotions feel chaotic. That 4th cup coming from the clouds, That's your new life calling to you. That's the universe offering you opportunities you've never considered before, but you can't see them because you're still looking at the same 3 cups you've always been looking at. The cup of people pleasing, the cup of self-sacrifice, the cup of putting everyone else first. I had a Pisces client who was 52, going through menopause, and she kept saying she felt empty, like nothing excited her anymore. But when I pulled the 4 of Cups for her, we realized she wasn't empty. She was finally available. She was finally creating space for something new to enter her life. The apathy you might be feeling, that's not depression, Pisces. That's discrimination. You're finally developing the ability to say, this is not for me. You're becoming selective about where you invest your precious energy. And that figure is sitting in meditation pose. This is your time for reflection. You're not supposed to be constantly busy and available to everyone. You're supposed to be sitting still, listening to your inner voice, waiting for the universe to show you what's next. The 4 of Cups is about saying no to what doesn't serve you so you can say yes to what does. It's about creating space in your life for miracles to happen. It's about trusting that boredom is just the pause before breakthrough. Comment Cups. If you've been feeling this restless energy, this sense that you're outgrowing your old life, the 5th card is absolutely magnificent, and it's the Star. Pisces, when I pulled this card for you, I literally got tears in my eyes, because this is your destiny. This is what you're moving toward through all this transformation. Look at this beautiful figure, naked, vulnerable, pouring water from 2 vessels. One pours into the pool, one pours onto the earth. That's you, Pisces. You're learning to balance your emotional giving. You're learning to nurture both your inner world and the outer world, but in a sustainable way. The star represents hope after the tower has fallen, peace after the storm. All this menopause chaos you've been experiencing, it's preparing you for this moment of cosmic alignment. You're about to step into your role as a healer for other women going through this same transformation. Those 7 small stars around the large star, they represent the 7 chakras, and honey, yours are about to be wide open. Your psychic abilities are going to become so strong that you'll be able to help other women navigate their own menopause journeys. You're going to become the guide you wish you'd had. The water being poured is your wisdom, your compassion, your lived experience. But notice how the figure is choosing where to pour it. She's not just dumping her water everywhere like you used to do, Pisces. She's being intentional, strategic, conscious about where her energy goes. And she's naked, completely authentic, completely vulnerable, completely herself. That's your future, Pisces. You're going to stop pretending to be smaller than you are to make other people comfortable. You're going to stop hiding your light. You're going to be radiantly, unapologetically you. The ibis bird in the background represents wisdom and communication. You're going to start speaking your truth, sharing your story, helping other women understand that menopause isn't an ending, it's a beginning. You're going to become a voice for women who feel invisible in this youth-obsessed culture.
I keep seeing writing around this card. Are you feeling called to journal, to blog, to share your story? The star is your cosmic publishing deal, Pisces. Your words are going to heal thousands of women who think they're alone in this journey. And that large star? That's your destiny, finally coming into alignment. All those years you felt lost, confused about your purpose. Menopause is clarifying everything. You're about to understand exactly why you went through everything you went through. The star is telling you that you're not just healing from menopause, you're healing through menopause. You're becoming the wounded healer, the wise woman, the cosmic mother who guides other women home to themselves. Drop a star emoji if you're feeling this calling to help other women on their journey. The 6th card is blowing my mind, and it's the Knight of Pentacles. Now listen carefully, because this is where your practical magic really starts to manifest. This Knight represents your new relationship with money, with security, with building something lasting in the physical world. Look at this Knight. He's not rushing into battle like the other knights. He's steady, methodical, holding a single pentacle like it's the most precious thing in the world. That's your new energy, Pisces. You're finally learning to value your own worth, to charge what you're worth, to build wealth slowly and sustainably. For so many years, you gave your gifts away for free because you thought love and money couldn't coexist. But the Knight of Pentacles is saying that's old programming. Your spiritual gifts are meant to support you financially. Your intuition is meant to create abundance in your life. This knight sits on a powerful horse, but the horse is standing still. That's your new approach to life, Pisces. You're not going to rush into anything anymore. You're going to take your time, make careful decisions, build something that will last. Your impulsive days are over. The pentacle in his hand represents your new focus on material manifestation. All those dreams you've been having, all those visions that come to you in meditation, it's time to make them real. The Knight of Pentacles is your practical magic, your ability to bring heaven to earth. I keep seeing older Pisces women starting successful businesses during menopause, becoming therapists, starting healing practices, selling their art, writing books. The Knight of Pentacles is saying your wisdom is valuable. Your life experience is currency. And notice the plowed field behind him. That's all the work you've done on yourself, all the healing you've done, all the wisdom you've gained. It's finally time to harvest what you've planted. Your struggles weren't meaningless, Pisces. They were preparing you for this moment. This night represents your new relationship with time. You're finally understanding that slow and steady wins the race. You don't need to compete with younger women. You need to be the wise woman who has something they don't have. Experience. The horse is beautifully decorated but grounded. That's your new energy. You're still magical, still spiritual, still connected to the cosmos, but now you're also practical, grounded, focused on building something real in this world. Comment Pentacles. If you're feeling this shift toward practical magic and sustainable abundance. The seventh card is absolutely perfect, and it's the Temperance card. Pisces, this is your mastery card. This is about finding the perfect balance between all the different aspects of yourself that are emerging during menopause. Look at this angel. 1 foot on land, 1 foot in water. That's you, Pisces. You're learning to balance your practical earth energy with your natural water energy. You're becoming the bridge between the spiritual and physical worlds. The cups she's holding represent your ability to blend different aspects of your personality. The fierce fire energy of the Queen of Wands, the practical earth energy of the Knight of Pentacles, the intuitive water energy of your Pisces nature. You're learning to blend them all into something completely unique. This angel has wings. That's your new freedom, Pisces. You're no longer bound by other people's expectations of who you should be. You're no longer limited by your own fears about what's appropriate for your age. You're learning to fly. The triangle on her chest represents the perfect balance of mind, body, and spirit. Menopause is integrating all 3 aspects of yourself. Your mind is becoming clearer, your body is becoming more sensitive to energy, and your spirit is becoming more powerful. And look at that path behind her. It leads to a crown, to mountains, to victory. This journey you're on, as difficult as it might feel sometimes, is leading you to your greatest triumph. You're going to look back on menopause as the best thing that ever happened to you. The water flowing between the cups represents your emotional wisdom. You're learning to emotional regulate in a way you never could before. Those intense feelings you're having, they're not random. They're information. They're guiding you toward your highest good. I keep seeing this card and thinking about alchemy, the ability to transform base metals into gold. That's what you're doing, Pisces. You're taking all the pain, all the confusion, all the chaos of menopause, and transforming it into wisdom, into power, into gold. The flowers at her feet represent new growth, new beginnings, new possibilities. Everything you thought was dying is actually being renewed. Your sexuality, your creativity, your sense of purpose, it's all being upgraded to a higher frequency. Temperance is telling you that you don't have to choose between being spiritual and being practical, between being gentle and being fierce, between being a healer and being a businesswoman. You can be all of it. You can be everything. This is your integration phase, Pisces. All the different parts of yourself are coming together to create something magnificent. You're becoming the complete woman you were always meant to be. Drop a balance emoji if you're feeling this integration happening in your life. Oh my God, Pisces, I have to share something with you because I'm getting downloads as I'm pulling these cards, and this is insane. I keep seeing the number 54 around your energy. Are you 54 or going to be 54? Because there's something major happening at that age for so many Pisces women. But here's what I really want you to understand. Every single card I've pulled for you today is about power. Not the kind of power that dominates others, but the kind of power that comes from being completely authentic, completely yourself, completely connected to your own divine nature. The Death card. That's your power to transform anything in your life. The Eight of Swords. That's your power to create boundaries. The Queen of Wands. That's your power to create and manifest. The Four of Cups. That's your power to choose what's worthy of your energy. The Star. That's your power to inspire and heal others. The Knight of Pentacles. That's your power to build something lasting. And Temperance. That's your power to integrate all of these gifts into something extraordinary. You know what's happening in the comments right now? Women are sharing their own menopause stories, their own transformation journeys, and I am getting chills because this is exactly what the Star card was showing me. You're not alone in this, Pisces. There's a whole community of women who are going through this same magical transformation. And can I tell you something? The women who are embracing menopause as a spiritual awakening instead of fighting it, they're the ones who are thriving. They're the ones who are starting businesses, finding love, creating art, healing others. They're the ones who understand that this isn't an ending, it's a beginning. Your hormones changing? That's your body's way of forcing you to find balance in other ways. Your emotions intensifying? That's your soul's way of making sure you pay attention to what really matters. Your sleep patterns changing? That's spirit calling you to spend more time in the liminal space between worlds. I keep seeing so many Pisces women who thought their lives were over at 50, at 52, at 55, and then they hit 60, and they're like, wait a minute. This is just the beginning. This is when I finally figured out who I really am. This is when I stopped caring what everyone else thought and started living for me. The universe is literally upgrading your entire system, Pisces. Your intuition is becoming supernatural. Your creativity is becoming unstoppable. Your wisdom is becoming invaluable. Your presence is becoming healing for others. And here's the thing about being a Pisces going through menopause. You're not just healing yourself. You're healing your entire family line. You're breaking generational patterns of women who gave their power away, who made themselves small, who believed their worth was tied to their ability to serve others. Type breaking patterns if you feel this ancestral healing happening. You know what I love about this reading? Every single card has been about reclaiming something. Reclaiming your power, your boundaries, your creativity, your wisdom, your worth, your magic. For so many years, you've been giving pieces of yourself away to everyone else. Menopause is calling all those pieces back home. And I have to tell you something else. The women who are watching this video, who are resonating with these cards, who are feeling this energy, you're my people. You're the ones who understand that aging is not about becoming less. It's about becoming more authentic, more powerful, more connected to your divine nature. Oh, and members are absolutely losing their minds in the private community right now because they've been tracking these exact energies all month. They saw this coming before I even pulled the cards. The synchronicities are getting ridiculous. But here's what I want you to remember, Pisces. This transformation you're going through. It's not just personal, it's planetary. There's a whole generation of women who are going through menopause right now. And together, We're changing the entire conversation about what it means to be an older woman in this world. You're not becoming invisible. You're becoming undeniable. You're not losing your beauty. You're revealing your true beauty. You're not losing your power. You're finding your power for the first time. And that hot flash you had this morning? That was your Kundalini rising. That emotional breakdown you had last week? That was your soul demanding authenticity. That sleepless night you had? That was spirit downloading new information into your consciousness. Everything that's happening to you right now is sacred. Everything is purposeful. Everything is preparing you for the most magnificent phase of your life. The cards are telling me that within the next 6 months, you're going to have a major breakthrough. Something you've been working on, something you've been hoping for, something you've been dreaming about. It's going to click. It's going to fall into place. It's going to happen. And it's going to happen because you finally understand that you don't need anyone's permission to be magnificent. You don't need anyone's validation to know your worth. You don't need anyone's approval to live your truth. Comment permission if you're ready to stop asking for permission and start claiming your power. Pisces, I want to leave you with this. Menopause is not your enemy. It's your initiation. It's your cosmic invitation to step into the most powerful, most authentic, most magical version of yourself. It's your chance to show the world what a truly embodied, fully awakened woman looks like. And you know what? The world needs you to step into this power. The world needs your wisdom, your compassion, your healed feminine energy. The world needs women who have done the work, who have faced their shadows, who have transformed their pain into power. You are the ancestor that your younger self prayed for. You are the wise woman that other women are looking for. You are the healer that the world needs. So stop apologizing for taking up space. Stop making yourself small to make others comfortable. Stop hiding your light under a bushel. It's time to shine, Pisces. It's time to be the magnificent, powerful, magical woman you were always meant to be. The stars are aligning for you. The universe is conspiring in your favor. Everything you've been through has been preparing you for this moment. This is your time. This is your power. This is your magic. Subscribe now because your future depends on it. Hit that notification bell because the energy is shifting so fast and I don't want you to miss a single download. And if you want more of this transformational energy, you know where to find me. The comments are going absolutely insane, and I can feel all of you beautiful Pisces women claiming your power right now. This is exactly what the star card was showing me. We are healing the world together, one menopause transformation at a time. Your menopause magic is just beginning, Pisces. Your power is just awakening. Your best life is just starting. Trust the process, trust the journey, and most importantly, trust yourself.